Hi, you have tuned into the Ragig Aggron channel, and I'm your host, Djingis, and I'm here with week 1 of the Terminus Battle Factories League, and I am scared, to say the least, because his team can do everything versus me. Everything. I have very little choices versus him, and just like he has too much offensive pressure versus me that I have to prep for, so I have not been able to prep for every single Pokemon as well as I would have. If he brings something else than those ones that I prepped for, I will lose, even if I will have a better matchup, because it doesn't bring them. I won't be able to do anything really good, and there are some changes that I made at the last minute that I should not have made, looking at the team that he brought, but we'll go through his team. And yes, this first week will be a post-comp, because I did not have the opportunity to live record it, sadly. I think I might have done better if I live recorded it. I would have taken it more slow. But it is what it is. So if you haven't guessed it from the title and from here, I'm just gonna... Well, I'm not gonna spoil it, but you will get a pretty good sense of what happened. But we'll go through his team. And his team is Mega Scizor, Landorus, Therian, Terrakion, Snorlax, Alolan Muk, Swellow, Electivire, Tapu Bulu, Rotom Wash, Reuniclus, Flareon, and Lapras. It's a very scary team. And if I would have to choose between Pokemon that he could bring here, Mega Scizor 100%, Landorus 100%, Terrakion 100%, Swellow tears through me, like that will come 100%, then Rotom Wash most likely, and Defensive Reuniclus. Those are the 6 ones that I think he will bring. And if he brings any other form than those 6, I will most likely lose, because, well, if he brings, for example, Tapu Bulu over some of the other things, I would be pretty good, but I don't have too much of a Tapu Bulu, as you might see on the team. And the same goes for other things, because I had to prep so hard for his team. Like, Terrakion 2-hit KOs everything on my team easily. Swellow 2-hit KOs everything on my team easily. And then there's some other things, like I had to take out... On this team, originally, I had Shaman, and I had Mega Kangaskhan. Just that he has so many opportunities to run Rocky Helmet, I decided to not bring the Kangaskhan, because it would have wear down so easily. And thanks to him having a fucking Swellow, I could not bring the Shaman set that I wanted to bring versus him, which means that Swellow had absolutely no matchup at all. If he brought those 6 that I first said he would bring. So, we'll go through my team, and you will see how I thought about this, really. But first out, we have Iced Earth, our Kyurem, with Babiri to resist the steel hits. With Pressure, Draco Meteor, Earth Power, Ice Beam, Hidden Power, Fire, 248 HP, 252 Special Attack with Modest Nature, 8 in Special Defense. This thing, if he's physically defensive Rotom Wash, which I think he will be, I deal over 60% for Draco Meteor. So that's good. Earth Power is a guaranteed 2-hit KO unless he's Assault Vest Muk, just in case Muk comes. It's also a guaranteed 1-hit KO on Terrakion. Ice Beam is guaranteed 1-hit KO on Swellow, on Landorus, and some other things. HP Fire has a chance to 1-hit KO non-defensive Mega Scizor, especially defensive Mega Scizor. But if he has some form of special bulk investments, I might not be able to 1-hit KO him, and I would most likely... And that's why I have the HP investments I have, because with the Babiri Bear I can guarantee take 2 bullet punches from Mega Scizor unless it crits me. So yeah, that's Kyurem here. Next up we have Behemoth, our Buzzwole, with leftovers, Beast Boost, Drain Punch, Poison Jab, Leech Life, Ice Punch, 238 HP, 100 attack with Adamant Nature, 160 defense. This thing destroys his team if he brings those mons that I talked about. This is also one of my few answers to Tapu Bulu because of the Poison Jab. Swellow destroys this thing. So yeah, not too much to talk about there. Like, my first 2 months, Swellow can actually destroy pretty easy. But Drain Punch, Poison Jab, Bleach Life, Ice Punch. I would love to have Fire Punch in this thing, but it doesn't get it, sadly. And the special attack is too bad to actually use HP Fire on. So I have nothing for Mega Scizor in this thing, which is really, really bad. But I should still be able to do a good amount. If I get the knockout of this thing, I can sweep him with this set, no problem, really. So yeah. That would be interesting to say the least. But yeah, it's a good Pokemon to have, and it can actually take decent amount of hits from his team on the physical side. So let's go to our next Pokemon, because that's a physical wall for this team. That is Ghost BCO at Grigus with Colby Berry, Mummy, Paint Split, Will-O-Wisp, Shadow Ball, Knockoff, 248 HP, 252 defense with Relaxed Nature, 8 special attack. I will most likely speed her with the Alolan Muck. I will most likely, like, if I can get the knockoff off on everything on this team, that would be so good. Will-O-Wisp, if I connect the Will-O-Wisp, I will be good to go versus him. Paint Split is just there to get some form of recovery because I don't have Wish anymore on this team. And Shadow Ball is just there to hit the Reuniclus or anything else. Like, yeah, if I can get knockoff items and burn things, that's the biggest priority for Grigus. But other than that, I'm fine, I really am. Like, Grigus can take hits from Terrakion. That's the only thing on my team that can actually take a hit from Terrakion. And it doesn't even take it well. Like, 50% from Stonish with this set, and sure I can burn him, but still, he does so much damage to me. And yeah, but I'm very interested to see what he brings to type of set with this Terrakion, because I don't really know. Because, like, if he doesn't bring Terrakion versus him, he's stupid, because Rock destroys my team. Next up we have Sabaton, our Sudowoodo with Assault Vest, Rockhead, Foul Play, Head Smash, Earthquake, Low Kick with 248 HP, 4 attack and 252 special defense with Careful Nature. Like, this thing takes 25% maximum from a Specs Boom Burst from Swallow. Earthquake has a chance to one-hit KO some things on his team. Head Smash just destroys everything that doesn't resist it. Foul Plays, okay, I guess a Low Kick just gives a good amount of damage. The reason I have Low Kick and Earthquake is because if he brings the Tapu Bulu, I cannot Earthquake him. So then I have to go for Low Kick, and that will actually bite me in the ass so hard later on in the game, you will see why. Next up we have Last Tribe of Slacking, a Choice Scarf Slacking with Truant, of course. Return, Low Kick, Ice Punch, Fire Punch. 176 HP, 252 attack with Adamant Nature, 8 in speed to outspeed his whole team. So I think you see the problem here. Now I don't have Earthquake in this thing, so now I only have Low Kick. And I would rather have had EQ than Low Kick, because EQ is just a better move versus him. But since he has the Tapu Bulu, I cannot go EQ on Slacking, and that makes Slacking a bit worse. So, like, it's not a lot I can do. Like, Sabaton doesn't really have, unless I want to explode on things, I can't really do too much more with the with Sudowoodo. So this is what it is on that part. But yeah, returns to KO on almost everything. Low Kick is a one-hit KO on Terrakion, should deal a good amount of damage to everything else as well. Ice Punch, guaranteed one-hit KO on non-bulky Landorus, and Fire Punch is guaranteed one-hit KO on his stupid Mega Scissor. Then last but not least, we have Paramore, our Victini with Life Orb, Victory Star, Bolt Strike, Brick Break, Recreate U-Turn, 252 attack with Adamant Nature, 252 speed with 4 special defense. Yeah, it's interesting to say the least. He can set up rocks very easily on me, and then I still have the Life Orb here. It might be a bit like I could have gone anything else, but I really wanted the Life Orb because I don't have too much super effective moves versus him. And Bolt Strike, Quick Break, Recrit U-Turn is just, that's a set I have to bring versus him. And I can deal so much damage to him that it's really insane how mad damage it is. But it might not be enough if I don't have the Life Orb. My first set was Scarf, but that, like, I locked myself into moves, and then I couldn't really do anything. And he had Rocker, he had the Rocky Helmet, he had Rock Setter. So I lost so much health every time I did something like that with Scarf. So then I just felt, if I'm just gonna lose so much health either way, just go with Life Orb and boost my attack. And this is the team I brought. I don't know, I could have done some different things. Like I said, Mega Kangaskhan was an option, Shaymin was an option, Gligar was an option, but not at the same time. And then some other things that could have been good here. Mainly the Arachnid slowing down his team would have been pretty useful for me, because then I didn't have to run Scarf or Slacking and so forth. So yeah, but overall my team was it was very hard for me to build versus his team. Like, I had too many offensive threats for me to actually be able to build a good team versus him. And I don't have to worry about that as much in week 2 in my opinion, but it is what it is. So let's go right into the battle. So here we are at the battle. He brought a completely different team than I thought he would do. No Lando, no Swellow. I'm fine with that. No Tapu Bulu. And that sucks a lot for me, because I could just had EQ on Slacking, and that would have done so much damage to his team. But yeah, Mega Scissor, Flareon, Tracheon, Rotom Wash, Makalola, and Reuniclus. Mega Scissor and you would come, Tracheon and you would come, Rotom Wash and you would come. Reuniclus I was iffy about, it might come, it might not come, but Flareon I did not have on my mind, and same with Makalola. Looking at his team, he doesn't have anything for Kyurem, so I'm kind of sad that I'm not Specs Kyurem, because that would have destroyed his team at this point. I have no usage at all of Sudowoodo. I would have been better off with Araquanid or with Shaman, or even with what's his name now, Gligar. So that's really, really sad. Slacking has no real usage here, because his team will most likely be very, very bulky and just sit back and take hits. The only thing I can see it being really, really fast and abuse its speed would be the Tracheon. But yes, he will most likely be choice banded with a very, very bulky Tracheon. It could be offensive C as well. But he most likely will be a very, very bulky Tracheon to take hits, but he should still be able to 1-hit KO or 2-hit KO pretty easy. But yeah, let's go right into the battle. I'll put it on slow. Music is on. Good. So, he leads with Mega Scissor. I lead with Cofagrigus. He switches out here. No, he goes for the U-turn. Yeah, he goes for the U-turn, doing no damage at all to me, which allows me to say that he's very, very bulky. And he goes into Rotom here, and I go for the Will-O-Wisp, and I miss. Okay, not that big of a problem, but that kind of set the tones for the rest of the game. He goes for Will-O-Wisp on me and connects. Of course. I go for the knockoff, doing no damage at all, getting rid of his leftovers. Now that he's physically defensive. He goes for the Hydro Pump, dealing so much damage to me. I just decided to go for the Shadow Ball, get some more damage off of him, and then just securing that he is physically defensive. Like, at this point I was just, okay, I'm burned. I don't really want, I can always try and get something off with this thing, try to survive later on. So I decided to go out into Kyurem Black. As he misses his Hydro Pump, which I'm glad for, but not that it really mattered, it wouldn't have done too much to me. And Draco Meteor is 1-hit KO Rotom from that range, which is fantastic. But now I can just scout into Makalola, and he gets a free knockoff off and everything, so I just scout into Sabaton because it's my least useful member. Dealing a good amount of damage to me, which allows me to think that he's banded. So he switches out here while I go for the EQ. Doing no damage at all to Scissor, thinking he is secure and that is bulky as hell. I just got into Ghost BC here. He goes for the Bullet Punch that will kill me after Rock. Well, after burn damage, so it's not like I can do anything here. I'm just gonna let BC go down. And he goes for the U-turn, which was good for me, because now he can switch out and I can go out into whatever I want there. So he decides to go out into Flareon. I got into Paramore here, thinking, okay, that will be offensive. Go for the Bolt Strike, dealing 50%, and nope, he was defensive Rocky Helmet. Okay. He goes for the Wish. I just go straight out into Iced Earth here. And he switches out into Muck. I go for the... No, I switch out directly into Sabaton here, because he will just knock me off, knowing that he can survive anything. He just goes back into Scissor here, and I go for the Head Smash. And I connect, dealing a good amount of damage to Scissor. I'm forcing him to roost here, so I go out into Iced Earth. This is very well going to roost. I have no choice but to go for the HP Fire here, as it goes out into Flareon. Not a lot I can do here, but at least I will be able to get rid of Flareon now, because I'm not Specs, which you might have thought I was. So I can just go for the Earth Power and Flareon's Sconso Alonso. I should have gone for the EQ either way, the Earth Power from the get-go there, because that would have been better. He goes out into Muck here, and I just have to switch out, really, because I cannot 1-hit KO it. And he goes for Knockoff, and I switch out into Last Tribe here, thinking that he could not kill me. Like, this was the first misplay I did in this match. And it cost me dearly, because now I can outspeed his team in my, like, what I thought. And I just thought that Slacking wasn't as useful anymore now either, because, well, I don't know what I thought really here. Because I know that he would have killed Sudowoodo with Knockoff, so he would just gone for it again. I tried to predict him going into Scissor as I did previously. I said I could just go out into Slacking and fire off a good hit that would hit hard versus his team. But no. I fucked up that a lot. It was really, really bad on my part. So now I lost my Scalfer, and it's really going to hurt my team a lot. Because now I know that Slacking can't survive a hit from Terrakion. I know that if it wasn't banded or life formed, I could survive one hit from Terrakion with his slacking set. It was pretty insane. But yeah, now I can't survive a hit from anything on his team. Well, now I can't survive a hit from Terrakion. And I can't do anything because I don't have EQ on this thing. And he's most likely having some form of berry or banded. But looking at this damage, he did not seem to be banded. So I think he's some form of berry at this point. And Mike has just been such a problem for me. And it's just because I couldn't bring EQ versus him because he has a Tapu Bulu. And if he brings Tapu Bulu, I have a move slot on 3 of my mons that I can't use. Which is so fucking bad. But if I would have had that, that would have been so much better. But yeah, I could have gone into Buzzwole as well to take that hit, and I could have done some damage versus him. But this is what I like. Meh. Let's go for the return here, dealing 50% to him, but he has the berry, of course, as we agreed on earlier. He goes for Curse here, as I have to slack. Now I just go out into Sabaton here, as he goes for the Recycle. Then went for another Curse, yeah. And then he goes for Recycle. And at this point, Head Smash should still have the possibility. That Head Smash miss is huge. Because now, Kieran cannot one-hit KO Mach with anything. And it will be able to survive a hit. If I connect that Head Smash, Kieran Black has secured KO on Mach the following turn. That's how much that Head Smash mattered. And that allows me to actually lose a Pokemon here. Of course I would, either way, because it doesn't really matter. But yeah. I go for Foul Play here, just for the sake, because I was just tired of it. I knew that I would miss another one. I just went for the Foul Play, like... You should have gone for EQ, I was stupid. But yeah, it doesn't really matter too much. I just go for the Earth Power here, and you can see, I would have killed him if I connected with the Head Smash earlier. That's such bullshit. And he gets the Poison Jab Poison on me. Like, now this thing is dead now. Like, that's bullshit. I lost my Ice Star for nothing, really. And now I have no way to break through Terrakion and Mega Sister without... Like, this is my way... Victini is the only thing I have that can break through the remainder of his team. And he goes out into Paramore here, into Terrakion here. I have to go out into Slacking. He predicts that and goes for the... No, he goes for the C move here, doing as much damage as possible. I just stack off Slacking. And now I 100% lost the game because I have nothing to deal. Like, between Behemoth and Victini, I have to do some crazy switches to be able to win this. He goes out into Sissy here. I should have just switched out into Victini directly. But I get a crit here, which doesn't matter because he can just roost stuff. And this is where I should have switched on the roost. Because I know that I can do a good amount of damage to him. And now he just got into Paramore as he goes for the U-turn. So I went for in the wrong turns. Like, I fucked up so bad in the end here. And as you can see, that does so much damage to Terrakion. So if I have just got on a little bit of damage, a little bit of damage on this earlier, like the thing that did me in here was not the slacking, it was the Head Smash miss. And some other things. Now he can just wall me because I have nothing. This Behemoth, well, let's see it like this. Buzzwole, I'm just gonna let it play in the background because I've lost at this point. He survives the... oh yeah, this is pretty fun. I get the roll that I needed here. I got the crit on the Reuniclus with this Leech Life. If it wasn't for the berry, it would have died. 100%. Thanks to the berry, it survived. So I got I got the roll there that I needed. And Behemoth could have had a chance, but the problem is that for some fucking reason, for some stupid reason, Buzzwole does not get Fire Punch. Buzzwole does not get Fire Punch. I'm just gonna show it to you so you believe me. Here we have the Ice Punch. Let's click Punch. How many punching moves do you get? You get Comet Punch, Drain Punch, Dynamic Punch, Focus Punch, Ice Punch, Mega Punch, Power Punch, Thunder Punch. But no Fire Punch! How can you give a person Ice Punch and Thunder... How can you give Buzzwole Ice Punch and Thunder Punch, but not Fire Punch? Because if I would have had I wanted Fire Punch over Poison Jab. But I could not get it, because he doesn't get it. For some fucking reason, Buzzwole does not get Fire Punch. And if I would have gotten Fire Punch, I would have won this game if it wasn't for the berry, of course. So, like, since if it didn't have the berry, I could have still won the game if Buzzwole got Fire Punch. now it doesn't really matter. The two things that mattered here was, one, I allowed Muck, fucking hell. One, I allowed Muck to knock off Runiclus. No, wow. I allowed Muck to knock off Slapping Scarf, predicting, just doing a stupid prediction. I allowed Kyurem to go down because I needed to take down the Muck, and that was my only way to take down Muck, because I misplayed as fuck with Sudowoodo. Then I did some stupid predictions between Buzzwole, Slacking, Victinian, blah 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 blah. Like, I did so many fucking mistakes in this match that I'm really mad at myself. If we play this game like with the exact same teams later on, well, I would have made a change then, so I do actually have switched into Terrakion, then that will help me a lot. But if he brings those 6 and I bring my 6, I think that I have a big chance to winning, because this matchup is in my favor. The only problem is that I played very, very bad, and looking at the lead, I should not have led Cofagrigus. I should have led Victini, or I should have led Kyurem. That was who I should have led with, because Kyurem could just have done so much damage versus his team. I could have led Buzzwole as well, I guess. Slacky would have been a good lead, actually, now that I think about it. So yeah, there are a lot of opportunities that I could have done that I did not do, and it is what it is. It's not a lot I can do about it. It really isn't. As I said, I miss my Will-O-Wisp, he hits his Will-O-Wisp. I miss a Head Smash, he gets poison on his Poison Jab. Well, it was too much for me. I am very, very stressed for this week, so the prep was not on point. Like, when you see this battle, I am up in Stockholm watching Metallica play. This match will go live exactly when the concert with Metallica goes live in Stockholm that I and Baron will go to. And like this whole week, I've been planning for 2 matches in PSL and this league. DBA is on hold for right now. And so good. I had to play them. I have to play both of my matches before Thursday, so I can edit and record them and have them up in time, which puts a lot of stress on me. I also have presentations and other things this week that I need to do. So like, I have so much to do for this week when I play the match. So yeah, it's not an excuse. It's just an explanation. I think that if I just play smarter and calm down, don't stress. I feel like it was too much stress for me this week. And I just need to calm down and I will be able to win. This is better than I could have won, especially with the team he brought. He only brought one Pokemon that could really destroy me, but I misplayed so bad, and it was insane. And if I would have had Mega Kangaskhan over Slacking, I would have won this game. In my opinion. I think I would have won this game. Because I don't see anything in this team that could really have stopped Mega Kangaskhan. And that makes me so fucking mad. But yeah, I made some changes between... Like, I got blasted back in the mock battle and so forth, so I'm not gonna talk about it any longer. I'm just mad at myself. The curse goes on, I guess. That's always good. Only won 2, well, I won 3 with the TBL, but only PSL Season 2 and DBA Minors. I won my Week 1 battle. And it is that it should have been, like... And I had the hardest possible matchup as well, Week 1. I have a big chance Week 2 in my opinion, and especially with the trade that I made, that you will see later on. But yeah, thanks for watching this video, guys. I'm mad as hell on myself. So yeah, don't take me too seriously right now. I'm just gonna try and do my best for PSL and win that game. I really, really, really hope I should. But I'm not sure. I'm not sure at all. I'm too stressed really to play well. But yeah, thank you for watching this video, guys. I will see you next time.